Yo, what's up? Check it out. It's your boy DJ L7. Today, I've got a special guest. Now, the thing is that I met this person hanging out on the Yellow Brick Road Discord, and now that I guess they're taking a break, who knows? Yeah, but the thing is that I was interested to see where this person would turn up. But I'll let Falcone General introduce themselves and herself, and she can tell you what's going on. Yeah, so go ahead.
Hey guys, it's me, the Falcone General. You might know me on like some channels, like from Franco's show, and from basically the Yellow Brick Road Discord or other places in communist circles. But basically recently I left the whole new media thing and basically just started on my own really with the Emera network and working with Skeptical Mantis on the Black Panther study group, and also kind of taking a little bit of a YouTube hiatus here and there because of schoolwork and all this other stuff. So yeah.
One of the things that really kind of stood out to me early on was your age, right? You're actually, how old are you again? I mean, you can
I'm
say
now
around.
15. I just turned 15 on August, so
Yeah, so when I met you, actually, it's very rare for middle schoolers or people of like your age category to make a decision to join socialism or communism, right? To think politically. A lot of your peers are probably thinking about like, who am I going to sit next to at lunch tomorrow or stuff like that. What made you
yeah.
decide to go down the route of, communism slash socialism, whatever your political views were?
It kind of started with the 2020 election in the Democratic part primaries, where I was kind of like like a Bernie bro back in the day. And basically later on, after he dropped out and he was trying to tell us to all endorse Joe Biden, I was like, fuck that. And I supported Howie Hawkins, but he's very fucking controversial. But
Okay.
later on, I went down this path where I met this guy named Socialism for All, which he kind of converted me into Marxism-Leninism and getting into communism. And then later on,
So wait, can I ask
with the
something right
help,
quick? Do you still identify yourself as a Marxist-Leninist?
no,
Okay.
I now identify as a Marxist-Leninist Maoist.
Okay. And what
Uh,
is this distinction there? Because there's a lot of Marxist-Leninists out there. I don't think there's a lot of Marxist-Leninist Maoists. Or maybe there are. I don't know. Let me know.
there, there are, but not in the United States.
Okay.
But Marxism, Leninism, Maoism is kind of the third stage of communism. It basically, uh, it basically was synthesized by Chairman Gonzalo, or what people call in Peru, Abimael Guzman, who was called the Shining Path, or the Communist Party of Peru, where he synthesized the ideology of Maoism based off of the works and theory of Mao Zedong,
Okay.
and basically Maoism has been made universally applicable, where basically there's Maoist movements in places like Peru, Turkey, India, the Philippines,
Sure.
or other countless countries.
Okay. So wait a minute. It's been about a year, right, since we hung out last, right? Almost a year,
Yeah,
right? So, which was
yeah.
interesting, right? You're at a very young age, right? You're talking to a lot of people. You're progressing on political fronts, like entering space that I'm in. That I'm shocked, yeah, in a good way, right? Who knows where you end up? But
Mhm.
during that time, right, during that year that we've been apart, has your because I think that that's pretty much where you were when we left off, right? I remember you talking about being a Maoist, stuff like that. Has your political ideology like developed or shifted in any way since last time we've met?
Yeah, remember when I used to support Kim Il Sung and all that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't support Kim Il Sung because what I learned, that he funded the fascist state of Peru against the communists, and how he was basically an anti-Marxist, and how he killed off the left line in his party. So yeah,
Okay.
that
Besides
for
besides supporting, right? which you know, news reports of things that may or may not be true, right? I don't really know, but like, what about like as in terms of like, um, well, I said, so nowadays you're meeting with skeptical man to try to build your movement, right?
Yeah, we're basically kind of I'm helping him with the Black Panther study group
So the thing is
and
that,
kind of like
yeah, I have a group called Online
and
Activist Series, and it's really trying to help other activists find out what other activists have done that have been effective, right? So, with your development, right, are maybe things are improving, maybe something like you found out didn't work. What kind of, like, you know, not necessarily like in terms of like Kim Il Sung, whatever, right? That guy's already dead, right? But we're talking about like
yeah,
how you're going to approach situations, or just your understanding of you know, what organizations can do to accomplish their goals. What are some of the things that you
yeah.
might have learned that you could share with other activists?
I kind of learned this that basically that about like kind of like toxic work environments as well, or toxic environments, and not to kind of join those types of spaces when you're going into an activist group, and kind of like learning how to work with each other, and basically not having to get into arguments with each other on the littlest of disagreements, and to try to work together on kind of like the issues as well, even if you guys have minor disagreements on the littlest of things.
Do you have maybe an example?
And
Did something happen which you could like maybe?
I'll just like use an analogy, like let's say your goal is to get like a, let's see, a referendum on the decriminalization of drugs. So, oh, basically, let's say people are having like minor disagreements on like basically how far the level of decriminalization they want to go, or minor disagreements on what type of drugs that should be decriminalized or not, or anything of that sort.
No doubt. You're definitely
And
also. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
and basically, like, if you guys, if like people start getting into an argument about it, about the lowest of disagreements, then nothing will get done. And it's just going to all be just like a whole shouting match and a whole dumpster fire entirely.
Sometimes you gotta take a stand, but I get that, right? Yeah. Sometimes you gotta
Yeah.
also find ways to work together. So that's intelligent. That's a good you know, thing to find out. Yeah. I definitely go
Yeah.
on both sides. I definitely ride both sides of that fence. Yeah. Um, but
Yeah.
okay, another thing that's really cool is that, right? I know you're from West Virginia, and the thing is that, you know, there's a lot of politics going on down there. What anything currently you could tell me about what's the situation down there? Getting better,
Ah,
worse? It's about the same.
I think it's getting kind of worse, but the like I feel like in my area, in my community, there's a rise of the far right happening there,
Okay.
where I feel like basically the white kids in my high school are basically becoming like fascists,
Hmm.
where I'm seeing them draw swastikas on bathroom stalls,
Wait,
where
wait
I'm
a minute.
literally
Wait a
seeing.
minute. Wait a minute. Okay, so I thought that's Nazism versus fascism. So why would the swastika be a maybe it is, but as far as I know, right, I'm still learning, right? Actually, it's interesting. I've actually met a self-identified fascist on in another Discord. I was asking them. I was like, are you a Mussolini fascist, or what kind of fascist are you?" Because I was trying to understand what fascism is. But they're saying that somehow fascism is tied to like corporations. That's one thing that people say versus Nazism, which
Oh yeah.
isn't necessarily like that. Is that what's your take? I'm willing to, because there's so many different definitions, right? Like your style of communism is different from other people's style of communism, right?
Yeah. I think the difference between them is kind of like the shit they want from it. Like kind of the other thing is like to tell like fascism is like kind of like the merging of the state and corporations as well, and kind of the main definition is capitalism and decay. So there's that. But wait, let me be right back. My mom's calling me for some reason.
My bad. Yeah. While Falcone's gone, I'm just gonna mention right quick that I was supposed to have an interview with Skeptical Mantis, but I may have lost that footage. But it was a pretty good interview, and it was a timely interview because there was stuff going on with Franco. Franco is now waking up to some new things, so just for those who are watching this show who may know Franco as well and were participating during that era, because new people have cycled into the Yellow Brick Road Discord who do not know Falcone General or our past. Yeah? But there's those of us who do, so it'll be an interesting show for them to be watching as well, since this will be a catch-up for them as well. Also, just so you know, Falcone General also has a YouTube channel, and I noticed that the content has significantly changed. I will be asking Falcone General about that, and I get it. You know, it could be disheartening to post up and feel like, you know, not really a lot of people are watching, but just as a quick note to all the people who just have a couple people watching, the fact of the matter is that if your audience is really like watching your whole videos or stuff like that, like, it's worth a lot more, yeah, than versus so anyways, yeah, Falcone, so what's up? You back now?
Yeah, sorry, it was because my mom was saying
I just talked about
like,
Skeptical Mantis mostly, yeah, and I talked about your channel, your YouTube channel, yeah. So the YouTube channel, I noticed that the content kind of has changed, right? Like, before it would be you talking, now a lot of times I see other people talking during your videos now.
oh yeah.
So are you is there a time when it's going to come back to you, like, commenting on stuff, or is it kind of like, is this a new thing you're trying out?
It's kind of like a little bit of a new thing I'm trying out. Basically, kind of like putting more like historical stuff out from other creators on TikTok, where I'm basically kind of like downloading their videos and basically putting it on there.
Okay.
Kind of like
Yeah, I saw
teaching
you
people.
watching TikTok. Wait a minute. You said you're 14, right? Or 15?
15.
You were 14 when I met you, though, right? Yeah? Are
Yeah.
there any other 14-year-olds, right? Not to blow up your head or anything like that. Are there any other 14-year-olds in this game? Do you know?
Not really.
What's the youngest one besides you? When do they start? Like 17, 18, 20? You're very
Sometimes
special
16
for that.
or 15.
I think you should keep doing the fucking commentary. You know what I mean? Like, if you're the only one at your age, like, 6 years from now, 10 years from now, you'll just have been exposed to so much, seen so much. That's a valuable thing, and, you know, I wouldn't stop. You know, like, you're a special. I remembered you, and I was like, yo, what? I'm just interested what's going on with Falcone General, just because you're such a unique story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, oh, you know, I actually saw some of you on KRTD Media, some of their early work too. I think you were actually on a bunch of their old stuff, right?
Yeah, I was actually a host there. I actually hosted my own podcast there.
How did you know Shane?
It was 2 years ago. Like, now it's like over 2 years ago.
Okay.
Where I was literally at this homecoming party when I was a freshman.
Okay.
And he like put a comment putting like KRTD, like his phone number on my contact, and so I tried calling them.
He was supportive
until they didn't answer because they wanted to interview me. And then
what happened to you in freshman year?
Oh, I was basically stuck having to stay at home doing like online learning. But so basically I called him during my homecoming party. He did not answer. And so I texted them. And so later on, then he calls me and then we do that interview. Then he tells me the time to do the interview, and then I do the interview.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, and so we do the interview and kind of we have like a good friendship, and basically me being like a supporter of KRTV Media.
Is that how you found Yellow Brick Road Discord? How did you find Yellow Brick Road Discord again? Was it through your work
from Anthony?
From Reyes? So how did you meet Reyes? Was it through your KRTD work, or was it through your own work, or I don't know?
It was through basically kind of like Franco, like getting into kind of like Franco's like thing.
Oh, you were watching Frank Analysis and you went to his Discord?
I was like originally it had to do with me watching Frank Analysis because Jackson Hinkle interviewed him and stuff like that, and then I started going on to Franco's show.
Okay.
After that, I watched Franco, then basically met Anthony Reyes like from like his live chats and shit like that.
Yeah.
Then basically he's like saying, "Oh, I should recommend Franco to interview me." Okay.
Yeah.
He does that.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
And
I think
he gets on my
that's another reason to stay with Brick Road Discord, because a lot of YouTubers will keep cycling through there. You know what I mean? And it's just interesting to meet them. Like, I'm interested. I still, even though I don't see Yellow Brick Discord, which I think you should visit every once in a while, right? You don't have to visit every day, but I'm just interested to see where your story goes. You know, and other people that I met on there.
Yeah. I kind of left the Yellow Brick Road server because one, I didn't want to deal with Prop because me and
that.
Prop got into a couple of arguments, and one, I had too much drama in that server because of like remember the whole Black Nationalist thing where Black Nationalists were in the server, and I started like a bunch of drama there with them.
Like who?
And Bantu.
I don't
remember Bantu.
But Bantu was only on for like one day or something.
Yeah, but it caused like a whole bunch of drama as well.
It did? Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit is a constant drama fest. Yo, you don't even know how much more drama has happened. Oh my god, there's complete updates,
felt like
bro. Yeah?
I felt like I was kind of in a cesspit in that server, and I was like, no. And then I like left the server.
Yeah, I respect that. It is a cesspit. It's a cesspit of I get that. Yeah. Also, it was kind of I felt weird because your age also I believe that you're trans as well.
Uh-huh.
So the thing is that, right, I feel like talking about sex issues with you, like myself, like I'm an adult, right, and you're a child, I don't think it's right for me to do. I think that's something for you and your parents, or I feel like I could comment on it, but I feel like it's just not my place. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but if you want to ask me, you could, but you could ask anybody, you know, like I'm not saying like I'm super dude in this, but, you know, I respect your choices. Now, the thing is that, when did you come out and, you know, tell people that you were trans and stuff? Like, at what age?
I haven't fully. I realized this when I was in 8th grade.
You haven't come out completely?
No.
But some people know, don't they? And they told.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, now everybody knows. Come on, right? Or, like, just like when you're outside, like, in strange places, like, people don't know because you're just not, like, you know.
Like, my stepmom and my dad don't know.
What?
But the rest.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. There's no way they don't. They'll probably know.
We'll see about that, but.
Old people, right? They see a little thing sometimes, and, like, imagine, like, not trying to, like, you know, like a 3-year-old, right? Yeah, you see him looking at the cookie jar. You know, I mean, you know, right? Just being, like, you know, 15, right? You're going to put that cookie jar up on the shelf because you know that kid's going for them cookies later on at some point. You know what I mean? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so remember, they got like 15, they got like triple your lifespan, right? If you could restart your life today, knowing everything you know now, right? Yeah, they've already done that several times. You know what I mean? So they're a lot more aware of stuff than you might imagine. You know what I mean? Just the way you're a lot more aware of stuff than when you was 3. Not trying to, like, as far as I'm concerned, in a lot of ways. But I mean, just to even come out as far as you have, you know what I mean? That's a pretty bold thing to do at your age. I'm like, god damn, you know what I mean? What made you I would say that would you say that there's some element of fearlessness there, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
So what gives you the you know, the drive to, like, live your life versus, right, the life that other people tell you to live? What gives you that determination?
Wow, sometimes I never think about that, but it's kind of like me trying to prove myself and trying to
I can respect that.
basically do better all the time because I've been kind of raised into this environment in my dad's house, like, where kind of like I feel like they basically kind of like talk shit about like how like kind of like how like I'm lazy, how I don't do anything, or basically put pressure on me to get better grades and shit like that. So I try to do fucking better. And sometimes I even am literally competing with them and shit like that.
Yo, I tell you what,
On
yeah.
who
Yo, I'm a
that.
I didn't even realize, but I'm a dope ass tutor. So if you wanna like have a session, that's free. You know what I mean? Always the first session is
Yeah,
free. And if other people finish a free lesson with me, you get another free lesson, bro. You know, I mean, I
yeah,
don't really call it. I call everybody bro. I'm not. I don't call people sis and shit. You know what I mean? I just don't
yeah.
do
I
it. You know
know.
what I mean? Everybody. Yeah. So
It's fine.
I got you though. Yeah, hit me up though. I'm a really good tutor. Yeah. All right.
Uh,
No doubt. No doubt. So yeah. Yo, honestly, I think you guys should subscribe to the Falcone General. How can people follow you? Like, are you on other things besides YouTube? Yo, Rumble, right? Yeah, not. I don't know
uh,
if it's a crack job, but supposedly I'm
I'm
monetized
on.
on there now. You know what I mean? Fuck YouTube, the
Mm-hmm.
not yo get money now. You know what I mean? Yo, fuck Rockfin, get just Rumble, just give me the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tried getting on Rockfin. Me and Jason
Boo.
Unruh tried doing
Yeah,
that.
fuck Rockfin.
It
That's
fucking
what I got to say about Rockfin. Yo, but Rumble will
So
accept you now. You know what I mean? And they'll give you money now. So
I ba-
fuck it. I'm Rumble. Huh?
I basically got YouTube and also Telegram, and I'm also on Discord. So
All right, put your link in the
if you want to,
comments, and I'll pin it or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, to today's video.
or I could send you on DMs, and you can put it in the description of the video.
I can. I heard people really look at the comments more than the description, so we should probably put it in both. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Yo,
Yeah. Okay.
so I'm a little bit late to my meeting, but it was definitely worth it. You know what I mean? Thank you, Falcone General. It's been a while. You know what I mean? And I'll
Yeah.
be catching up once in a while. You know what I mean? What up? All
Oh.
right. All right. So stay good. All right. I'll see you soon. I have actually.
No.
Wait. One more question. Hold on. I'm sorry. I just remembered. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Caleb Maupin. Yeah. The thing is that CPI over
Ooh.
here, I'm running them at events. CPI. Right? Yeah. But I don't know Caleb. I just know the people on the streets. You know what I mean? I don't know if Caleb's cool or not. But what is Caleb? Because isn't he like a communist as well?
He's a fascist LARPing as a communist. I
Oh
hate Caleb.
damn, yo, why so
Fucking
harsh?
hate him.
What's wrong with him? I don't really. I'm not familiar with his
Uh,
material. Damn, I did not know you was. Yo, that's some harsh words. So what is
so
okay? I
he sounds like a spoiled fucking brat.
Look, your video
One.
did not make it clear. Okay, I watched this video on your channel called Caleb Moppin, right? Pretending like he got hurt, and I saw some lady pulling off some super Karen stuff, and it was funny, but I did not understand the context. So explain to me.
It was basically him being kind of like a crybaby or some shit like that, acting like a Karen all the
But
time.
about what?
He, about literally like my friend Jason Unruh, like, oh my god, or basically about BreadTube all the fucking time. Oh my god, I've been called a Nazi. I'm a Nazball. Motherfucker, you are like you're literally hanging out with fucking fascists, like cultural thug,
Like who?
and literal
Like who?
cultural thug. Cultural thug
Is
is
that a
like a huge
person?
fascist.
There's a guy named
Yeah,
Cultural Thug. Is this guy on YouTube?
yeah.
I have never seen Cultural Thug. Wow. Okay, interesting. I have no
Made
idea
a
who you're talking
video
about.
called on Prussian socialism or some bullshit like that.
Prussian. I don't even
And
know. I'm not even familiar with Caleb. I mean, I know who he is, but like I recognize his face, but beyond that, nothing. I don't know anything. I know he supports
and
some guy from Venezuela or something, which I'm not
oh,
against.
and
That
basically like
the diplomat.
then there's like also like Alexander fucking Dugin, who's like the leader of like a Nazball
I have
party in Russia.
no idea who that is. Sorry.
He's like a he
Cultural Thug.
basically made,
I mean, that sounds kind of cool
yeah,
though.
yeah.
Oh. Anyways, yo,
But
look, I'm late to my meeting. Yeah.
basically,
Anyways, yeah, but go ahead.
yeah. Caleb Maupin is a fascist who wants to repackage American patriotism that justifies America's war crimes, anti-communism, coups around the world, genocide of indigenous people, enslavement of black people as well, and settler colonialism, and
I'll
basically
have to
redirecting
verify
them.
that because can you like give me like maybe one like proof like or maybe an example of one specific one? Because that's a lot of charges right there.
So it's basically socialism with American characteristics, where
And
they're
what's
trying to repackage American
so what
patriotism.
is what is the difference in his philosophy, right, specifically, right, versus maybe another implementation?
So
I'm actually going to
he
interview this guy
basically
soon.
makes it.
Keaton. I like Keaton, yeah, but he's actually on one of the CPI guys. I don't know yet though, right? I might find out something I don't like, but I don't know yet. What should
So
I ask him about? Are you a fascist? Of course he's
basically,
gonna say no. Are you for a
yeah.
black? Are you for black slavery? Of course he's gonna say no. So what could I ask
I
him
was
that
gonna.
would? Yeah.
Is he for indigenous, aka Native American independence, and New African independence in the United States?
Wait a minute.
Is T for that?
What is New African Independence?
It's basically like the black people who are living here. It basically is like a movement for basically the black belt to
Okay.
be independent, which was packaged by the Communist Party of the United
I
States
was not aware of this
by
movement. Wow, I am out of touch,
Harry
bro.
Haywood.
I'm out of
The
touch.
reason why it's
Yeah.
not talked about that much is because of the degeneration of the CPUSA, where they became a asset to the CIA.
Wait a minute. Have you ever like contacted CPUSA, Communist Party of the United States of America?
No, I know a friend who has to try to ban Haas from infrared from joining the Communist Party USA.
What do you think about Hinkle calling himself a Marxist Leninist?
Oh, he's a fucking grifter. Hinkle is no fucking Marxist Leninist. I debated his ass on it,
Yeah.
and I demolished his ass. I could literally make like a whole video where I have screenshots proving it. When it came to MPP, I was like, why support a social democratic party that wants electoralism instead of like a Marxist Leninist party?
And his response was,
That he basically kind of deflected all the time, didn't even understand anything about Marxism Leninism when it was brought up to him. Like what the fuck democratic centralism was, or some dictatorship of the proletariat, which is like a stage in socialism. He didn't even understand any of that shit. Or what a vanguard party was, or some shit like that.
yo, I think you're gonna have a lot of supporters. I think Jack and Hinkle just got owned by a 15-year-old. What up? Get him. Get him. Get him. No
I
mercy,
owned
you know
him
what I
in
mean?
his own fucking
Yo,
server.
you should definitely stay doing this, you know what I mean? Yo, nobody
Yeah.
by the time you get to like, you know, like yo, you're gonna get already very quickly. You're gonna surpass people very, very fast. People don't really last in this game 2 3 years. Some people last a little longer, but even then, yeah. And you'll have that experience
Yeah.
for through college, through freaking all that stuff. You know what I mean? That'll be great.
I've
Hell
been
yeah.
doing this for almost like uh 3 or 4 years.
What got you into this?
Like
What first got you into this stuff? Politics.
first it was basically me becoming a drama channel, then the whole 2020 election as I started off. Kind of like getting
So
me there because one, it had to do with me wanting like tariffs to be off because I wanted to start my own fucking business and shit like that and become some like businessman back in the day.
so
That was not a good fucking time.
so what turned you off, right? Because you were originally a Bernie bro, but what made you like turn on Bernie and decide that you weren't for any form of electoralism going full communist?
Kind of getting into the transition towards Maoism, really. When
What
I
is
started
Maoism?
hanging out, remember I explained it before? Have like the third stage of Marxism, the
Okay,
third and higher stage of Marxism.
okay.
And, huh?
And I don't know China. I'm nervous about China.
Oh, China never achieved Maoism really they achieved Marxism-Leninism, Mao Zedong thought, until 1976 when Deng Xiaoping took over and the start of capitalist restoration happened in China. So it basically was emphasized by Chairman Gonzalo on Mao's works, and basically kind of like made it into the ideology of Maoism, which is universally applicable, where there's huge Maoist movements in Peru, Turkey, the Philippines, and India,
What do you think
where
that?
they're currently.
What do you think is the most important thing for communists who think like yourself to achieve?
Kind of like basically national liberation and basically trying to start revolution and organizing really.
When you criticize Caleb for being American characteristics, are you trying to say that you want a global revolution, and that's the only acceptable solution?
No, it's because he rejects kind of basically rejects or act like wants to assimilate my people, the indigenous people, and black people into this Federation LARPing society called a USSA, trying to model it after the USSR,
Interesting.
and trying to do assimilation bullshit and forgetting that we still exist entirely. Instead, making kind of what I interpret as racist, kind of like racist misinterpretations of indigenous people as well, where his fans start saying shit like, "Oh, conquistadors are Chads," like about how the Aztecs,
He said
which we're called,
conquistadors are Chads? No way.
his fans are saying that. Never said Caleb said that, but his fans say some shit like
Yeah, but that's just people
conquistadors are
trolling.
Chads
That could be
because,
anybody. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That could be someone just trolling.
He basically built a whole cult. He built like his own cult with the CPI and shit like
Well, they show up at
infrared.
events. They show up at events, so you know. I don't really
Yeah.
always believe that the self-appointed leaders like run the whole show. So people on the ground do what they're gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember like I know someone who used to work with Caleb Maupin and be like really close to them, like
I don't know Caleb, but I
Mason
know his people
Stinger.
like on the ground. Yeah, I don't know how close they are to Caleb, but they like him. So I'm still finding
Yeah.
out. I'm gonna find out. I have an interview coming up with Keaton. That's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, he's from
Uh,
CPI. I'm interested to learn more. He's been showing up. He's pretty cool. He's had my back a couple of times. I appreciate it. Thanks, Keaton.
yeah. I I only know Keaton when he was getting into fights with my friend
Oh, you
Jason
know
on
him?
Twitter. So
You know him?
that's the only reason why I know him. That's all.
So he was involved in some of the drama. Interesting. Oh
He
my.
was
So
involved
if I
in the
mention
Twitter
Falcone General,
fucking
he'll know.
drama.
If I mention Falcone General, he'll know
Huh?
who I'm talking about. In my interview with
No,
him, no. Well, I'll say
he
Jason.
would.
I'll say Jason from West Virginia, and then he'll know.
No, if you mention Jason Unruh, he will fucking know who you're talking about, and he would talk about how much he hates fucking Jason Unruh.
Oh, really? Okay, well, that'll be a cool question. I'll just pop it on him. It's interesting to see how you crossed over into
Oh, can you
some of the
ask
worlds
him
that
this
I'm in.
question for me? Do
Oh
you
my.
believe protracted People's War against swing sets is universally
What
applicable?
is a swing set?
You know, like a thing where like people can like it's in playgrounds where little kids go on a swing.
Like a literal swing set?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ask me this
So,
question again about the swing set. What? I thought you were talking about some kind of geopolitical
do
stuff.
you believe protracted People's War is universe protracted People's War against swing sets is universally applicable? So it has to do with this meme on Dr. Phil over this Maoist YouTuber Black Red Guard blowing up supposedly blowing up a Karen swing set in Missouri. You should watch it. It's so fucking
Okay.
funny.
Alright, I'm sorry, I just don't know the reference, yeah? But that's cool. Hey, I gotta get to
Yeah.
my meeting. I'm already like almost half an hour late. But thanks again.
Alright.
It was cool to talk to you again, god damn it, you know what I mean? Alright, have a good one, alright?
Yeah.
Peace.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
It's a dark day in our nation when high-level authorities will seek to use every method to silence dissent. The truth must be told.
And if you want the truth, you need to check out independent media producers just like myself, DJ L7. You should subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications when I release a new video.
The truth of these
We are
words
on all
is
the major
beyond
platforms.
doubt.
That includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube. Unfortunately, we have definitely seen that these mainstream outlets will cave to corporate interests, so we encourage you to join our independently moderated communities of Reddit and Discord. We also encourage you to subscribe to us on BitChute and Daily Motion so you can see the content that YouTube doesn't want us to let you see. Hey, now it's time for the most important part of the video. That's right. It's time for us to tell you about the Taking Action Group. Do you need an activist? Or maybe there's no activists around willing to help you with your cause and you need to learn to become an activist. That's exactly why we're here. Every week we get up with people from across the nation, in fact even sometimes internationally, and we develop strategies and a game plan to address the issues that are affecting all of us. Every week myself from New York City and of course my co-host Lisa from Los Angeles provide a coast-to-coast perspective on what's going on in the country. If you want to donate to help out with expenses, travel, equipment, stuff like that, then I definitely appreciate it, and you can hit us off at Venmo or PayPal. Thanks a lot. Hey, by the way, we also have a merch store, so check it out. Oh my goodness, it seems like you've reached the end of the video, so make sure you check out some of our other videos, make sure you subscribe. This is your last chance to do so thanks a lot, and looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment below if you have any questions or issues you'd like me to address. And if you're an activist, the time to make things happen is now.